standards. Out in the tropics, we do have Kyle that has developed, and again, the earliest K storm on record. However, Kyle, like Josephine, will stay out over the open waters, not affect land, and eventually just dissipate out over the open Atlantic. So we are not worrying about either of those systems. However, here we are today, getting closer to the kind of busiest part of the season, which begins next Thursday on August 20th. And then as we peak up towards September 10th, the month of September and even the first couple of weeks of October are very, very busy in the Atlantic Basin. So we're not even at the busiest part of the season. So we are expecting more development. Some rain is possible. Again, Mississippi maybe on the North Shore under mostly cloudy skies with lows in the 70s overnight tonight. Heading into tomorrow, 50% chance storms and at times some heavy, a high of around 93 degrees, although underneath the rain 70s and 80s. We will